When my father trained in Japan under Sensei Watanabe and under Sensei Yamaguchi, when he showed up at the dojo, and this is in Fukuoka, they would learn the katas, learn the bunkais, and then from the katas, there was specific two-man drills, two-man sets, two-man sticky hands that matched the katas and the moves in the katas, and they would do them in all different orders. Also, they would train on wooden dummies, one arm, two arm, moving arm dummies, and they would train on the bamboo dummies, is what they would call it. And this pole I have here is a PVC pipe. It's about as thick as some of the bamboo they would train on, somewhat thicker sometimes. And the purpose of this is to take the kata and see it how it's against an opponent in front of you, where the strikes may be landing, and it's giving you that feel of the katas in practical use. Now, they learn them in sequence at first, and once you got the sequence down, then you would do the kata in freestyle, switching all the moves until you could just come in front of the bamboo, flow all the moves out of a kata in various different orders. Because if you're fighting your opponent, you've got 1,000,000 odds that he's going to do moves that are the same exact order that you would pull off the kata in order. So you had to take the movements from the kata and be able to put them in any order at any time and switch them, and that's how you freestyle and fight. And this is a very important transition to get in Goju-ryu. So I'm going to do some of the moves on Gekisai somewhat in order, so you get an idea, and this is how my father would have learned it. And if you watch closely, you'll see pretty much all the moves in Gekisai. I may be doing them a little bit different. I may change an order here or there, because once I learned these, I learned to do that transition, because something very important after my dad learned the basics and the katas was stressed that you need to be able to freestyle the katas and like shadow boxing, and then you could freestyle them in a fight. So this is Gekisai literally done on a pole, and you'll see the movements of it and some of the hidden movements that you might not notice that's there. So I'm going to start off just like this. In the first movement, you're going to cover across, come up, age uke, fist down, because you don't see that fist coming down as you're pulling back, punch, just like this. And then what's the next movement of that? So you're going to come up, block, it's an elbow and a block strike, down. So the next movement in the kata is when you turn. So we do it on the other side. Age uke, punch, pull up, down. Now, what's the next move? Is when you start doing stepping, you're going to do your front blocks just like this, just like the form. Now we're going to use stepping kicks, which you can do a knee and then come up here into your elbow. So when you do that, you can elbow, or you can block and cover, just like in some of the forms. Pull back, this blocks what's your next move, punch. Now the next move is a sweep and a turn. So how you do that here, you don't need to turn, you just sweep it up across, elbow, sweep with the foot just like that, see? And set down, and then what's the next movements of that? So when you've done that, kake uke, kake uke, kake uke. So what are you going to do next? Just like the kata. You're going to elbow, block, punch, just like that. Ridge, elbow, just like that. Sweep with foot, just like that, see? And then when you land, you can come off the side block, and see, this gets you ready for the mawashi uke. And I like to come this way. So it doesn't matter the order or the direction mawashi uke. So and there's various ways of doing mawashi uke. So I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna come use this to come across, slide, connect. So it gets me to the other side, block, pull back, just like this. Now I'm gonna do the other side, watch. And it says switch, see? You can do the hand either way, switch, block, drag, just like that, see? Push. And you see all the movements of the kata, maybe done in a little bit different order, maybe modified, but I do them, I practice them in the order of the kata, but I also come out and just start freestyling on this, because when I'm fighting, that's what it is. It's kata freestyling. And then these also, you can practice with a rope arm, wooden arm, to add different things to the katas. But this is just a simple bamboo dummy, and this is how my dad, pretty close to how I just did that, is how I was taught originally, you know, over 40 years ago.